What's up, Vault Hunters? It's Echo here, Queen of the Loot Goblins, bringing you another Borderlands 3 video. In today's video, we are going to be discussing my new build, Photon Flak. This build focuses on the anointment dedicated to Flak that recently received a buff. While Gamma Burst is active, gain 115% radiation damage. This has brought Gamma Burst builds to a whole new level, as it used to be a mere 65%. For those of you who don't know, Gamma is a photon energy, and in that is where I got the build name from. I hope you enjoy this build as much as I've had making it. Let's roll that intro and get right into it.
Gamma Flak coming at you. Come get some, baby.
Feel free to take a moment and pause the video now to copy the skill trees, or stay tuned for a more in-depth look into Photon Flak. Let's talk about the gear, starting with the shield. With this build, I love the recharger because, like the flavor text says, once more with feeling. This means once it breaks, you gain another full shield. The one that I have gives extra radiation resistance just in case I get hit by one of my nades, but the resistance isn't really needed. That's why I don't use the red suit. Another good shield I like to use is the stopgap for survivability. This shield gives you immunity when broken. You could use the red suit, but it's really not necessary. Regardless of the shield you use, you want to get the anointment on action skill N, gain 50% bonus elemental damage. Moving on to our class mod, we are using the Red Fang. When Gamma Burst is active, Flak's pet taunts all enemies. This comm is the heart of our build. Our pet is taking all of the aggro while we just kill everything attacking it. This class mod gives you so much survivability. We're barely even touched by enemies. This class mod gives you the option of getting in the enemy's faces and killing them without taking damage, or just sitting back and killing them from afar. It's up to you how you play it. For my nade, I pulled out my pipe bomb out of the vault to see if it was viable. Turns out it's great to use with this build. All of the enemies gather around your pet, and I just chuck one of these nades at the surrounding enemies and they all explode. It's so fun to use. I hope you still have yours. If you don't, I'll link a video in the description below to show you how to get it and how this used to be the best nade in the game. I'm so excited to bring it back.
Bro, I put on the pipe bomb. What's up? Check this out. What? The pipe bomb. Eat it. The pipe bomb is viable. Let's go. Who threw their pipe bombs away when they nerfed it? Shame on you.
Moving on to our artifact. The artifact that I like to use is the Atom Bomb Auto Idol. This boosts our radiation efficiency we do to our enemies, making our Gamma Burst even stronger. I like the Auto Idol to add to our survivability, but feel free to have a different suffix as our survivability is high as it is.
As far as guns go, I really like to use the Kiv's Worth. This is number one for our survivability because this gun drops a healing aura once every 10 seconds to a fallen enemy. I personally like to use the cryo and fire one because the cryo just freezes enemies and it also does a lot of damage to armored shields. Regardless of guns that you use, you're going to want, while Gamma Burst is active, gain 115% bonus radiation damage. Another gun that I like to use is the Maggie. This is great in all situations. And another gun I've really been getting into is the Carrier. This is really great for mobbing. And when our action skill ends, our bonuses from our shield and nade take over and we're getting those bonuses as well. Also, I like to use the ion cannon for big damage and maybe to get a second wind.
This is just an example with this build using the ion cannon. I ended up one-shotting Tron.
Well, we one-shot him. Other guns you can use are the Cutsman, always good in every situation. I've been getting into the Shredder Fire, that's great. The Lump, Radiation Lump, works excellent.
As for the skills we use for healing, we are pulling only a couple out of the blue tree. One being the skill, Who Rescued Who. How this skill works is, when Flak deals damage, his pet regens health, and vice versa. Since we use the Red Fang class mod, our pet takes most of the aggro and is dealing constant damage, therefore we are always gaining health. And then the other skill we use is Pack Tactics. This just gives us 10% max health. Other than that, we rely on the healing station of our Kib's worth. To be honest, this build was made so that you didn't need to worry much on survivability, just on shooting the enemies that are attacking your pet. With Photon Flak, you are barely getting hurt, but for those sticky situations, use the Kib's healing station. Let me run that back. Do you see how fast our Kib's worth healing station is actually healing us? It's insane and super underrated. Most of our damage output is coming from the red tree, starting with Interplanetary Stalker. When we kill an enemy, we gain a stack. For each stack, we gain gun damage and bonus damage based on the enemy killed. The stacks will appear at the bottom of your screen as I have highlighted. Next is Hunter's Eye. This skill gives you damage or damage reduction based on the enemy you are fighting. The next skill I want to highlight is the Most Dangerous Game. This perk is great for when you're doing harder content. Whenever you kill a badass or stronger enemy, we gain gun damage, crit damage, handling, and even our pet gains extra damage. This is a long duration as well, 120 seconds. It rips through the Circle of Slaughter. Moving on to Grim Harvest. With this skill, Flak and Pet gain increased gun damage and action skill damage. You literally don't have to do anything and you're gaining this increase in damage. On the blue tree, Persistent Hunter, you're just gaining more gun damage, and with this perk you're also gaining action skill duration. The last skill I want to highlight is Frenzy. Frenzy, like Interplanetary Stalker, is a stacking skill. When our pet deals damage, Flak and Pet gain a stack of Frenzy. These stacks max out at 10, but in a fight they hold max stacks. We gain 4% extra damage per stack, so that's a 40% total gain. If you need further help with any of the skills, be sure to ask in a comment below, and I'll be sure to answer you back. Without question, I was drawn to Empathic Rage. With this, during the duration of Gamma Bursts, damage dealt by Flak is increased by 20%. The more damage the better, in my opinion. The next augment I selected was Endurance. With Endurance, if Flak or Flak's pet kills an enemy while Gamma Burst is active, the duration of Gamma Burst is extended by 3 seconds, and Flak's pet gains a 10% damage increase per kill. This stacks up to 5 stacks, giving us a total up to 15-second extension on our action skill and giving a 50% bonus damage to our pet. This choice is a no-brainer. You can even see the +3 after each kill, letting you know your action skill has been extended. As far as our pet goes, and after much testing, I chose to go with the Great Horn Skag. The extra 13% damage and 26% gun damage was hard to pass on, and since we don't need health regen, damage reduction, or fire rate that the others offer, I feel this was the best choice for us. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoy Photon Flak. I absolutely had a blast crafting it. If I left anything out or you have any questions, be sure to comment below and let me know your thoughts. Just a side note, this build is 100% Mayhem 4 viable and works in every situation. The Circle of Slaughter, Trials, and Takedown were done with ease. Now I'll leave you with some gameplay, and as always, happy looting!
my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart and watch it burn. Tear me apart and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it. Mouth to mouth, I breathe you in. Swallow down your jagged sin. Let it drown inside my veins. The sweetest poison I could take. You make it an art, the way that you scar with every word. But before we reach the end, strip me down again. Come and get it one more time. If you wanna lose your mind, come and get it one more time. If you wanna lose your mind, come and get it.
Please take a moment right now and hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you want to catch these videos live, you can find me at twitch.tv/jadedecho_ or subscribe to my YouTube channel and be up to date with each video.